Good afternoon, Internet Surfs. This this Google Hangout is live. I'm not sure why. Well, knowing something of what I do about our internet architecture, I think I understand why I'm being restricted to doing Hangouts instead of standard YouTube videos. But I still want to back check that with anybody who has more knowledge about it than I do. Anyway, this is just a standard state of the kingdom report because I always feel as if I've done my homework when I've done at least one broadcast per day. Um, as of right now, the the business and the ministry that is Veritage is at a complete standstill. Um, again, this is a State of the Kingdom report. We have a population of approximately 2 citizens. We're still effectively in a state of diplomatic lockout with the territorial government of the United States. And basically, it's become dangerous for me to mention anything about the business or the ministry or anything like that to any representative whatsoever of the territorial government in Blue Earth County. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing this business as if I actually had a business. Um, right now, what I have, according to, as I said, the territorial government of Blue Earth County in the state of Minnesota, right now, all that I have is the bipolar illusion of a business. Okay? So, interestingly enough, Queen Karen and I brought up a very painful subject just the other night. We are basically back to talking about a real divorce, which is going to have even more steps in it, not because there are assets involved here. There are no assets involved. Okay? But basically, um, my SSI income has been chopped in half from the $131 or whatever that they think I'm entitled to after getting married. Okay, so my first of all, my SSI income went down from a standard check of about $775 when I was living in sin. Hello. Okay, when as long as I was unmarried, as long as I was disobeying Lord God about being married, then this was just fine with the federal government of the United States. Put not your trust in princes, people. So anyway, my income has gone down from the $775 that I thought I could use at least some of that to maintain my status with the Empower Network. My Empower Network account is on permanent lockdown until such time as I can actually deal with not just the county or the state bureaucracy, but until such time as I can deal with the federal government bureaucracy and basically, convince Uncle Sam of why I ought to be in a multi-level marketing business. Okay? Now, first of all, I am expecting that one of the main reasons why my business is being perceived as a delusion at the county level, I'm expecting that basically the moment we get to the part of whatever business plan it is that I'm supposed to submit, in order to file a past plan that works, because I've already tried filing the past plan the way they specifically said to do it in quote-unquote the rules. Okay? And all that ended up as was a piece of circular reasoning. Okay? You don't have the money to be hidden from us, and if you did, we would take it away from you anyway. So we're turning down your past plan. That was the actual result of the first time I tried to file. Okay. Right now we have a government of two very frustrated citizens plus the crown, and we're basically moving from a government in exile to call it a Revolutionary War Council. Okay. I still consider that to be, in terms of formal diplomatic relations, if Veritasia were my imaginary country, we would be, fighting on the side of, according to the United States government, we would be fighting on the side of being actual terrorists. Okay, that's the way it's working now. I just recently saw a broadcast, looked up a broadcast here elsewhere on YouTube, where basically a gentleman with a very credible messianic ministry was talking at sort of a mass market level about, a conspiracy theory by the Vatican to try and prepare for the introduction of a small g God. And basically there are people in the Vatican who are very much concerned with this idea that, well, quote unquote, the reason is an alien. Excuse me. Colorado Springs. Now, you had better have a disconnect script. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. While I'm sitting here trying to do a live broadcast, I get pitched. And what's even more irritating than that, I get pitched by an automated bot. Okay? Basically, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to attempt to pitch me on anything, which I don't recommend, because first of all, you're marketing to someone who has no money. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I have money that I don't. Okay? Not unless not unless you're already working for Blue Earth County and wanting to go, sniff, sniff, sniff. We know you're hiding it, Fox. Where the double toothpicks is all this money that you're hiding from us. Okay. Well, I just got pitched by somebody whose opportunity I'm not really interested in. Thankfully, they did have a disconnect script, so I know that they're doing their operation legally. Come on in here, princess. All right. I've gotten past the point by now where putting these videos up is actually giving me any traffic whatsoever. I'm going to keep putting them up until somebody gets the point, is basically this is what it takes. All right. I am doing business even when I have no business to do. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that I can do in the background. Some of it I can mention to you, some of it I cannot. But would you mind sitting down and giving these people an update, sweetheart, since you're here already?
You may not like what I got to say.
Well, go ahead. I know that our rent went up just a couple days ago.
Well,
See if you can get in here where the camera is. There, I've got you.
when we went into housing, they asked us what the income was. And as I was required, it was reported that you got $62 a month from SSI after they took the rest of it for overpayment.
Right.
And so consequently, I also had told our interviewer that $62 was not even enough to cut the rent, your half of it, let alone the utility bills, let alone anything else.
Right.
So we get a letter yesterday stating that our rent went up from $252 a month to $271 a month starting November 1st. And so consequently, since you are only getting $62 a month after the overpayment has been taken out, I'm supposed to pay the full $271 the 1st of November, plus the phone bill, plus the utility bill, plus what food stamps does not cover. And I feel like I'm running with a chicken off my head, and without a head, the chicken got it.
Uh-huh.
So how am I supposed to make my Social Security stretch for the full month of November?
Right. So we're,
Plus, be able to buy Christmas presents.
yeah. So we're basically backed into a corner where our rent has gone up rather than down. Okay. Once again, we were penalized for doing the required reporting. Okay. For being honest, we are being penalized again. All right. Now, have you or have you not talked to people in the middle of this process, and have they not come back to you with, something to the effect that our rights are being violated by them even trying to collect this overpayment?
Yep.
Okay.
We got to have the money in order to hire a lawyer.
Okay. So basically, we have nothing to hire a lawyer with. Right? We have nothing to hire a lawyer with. Meanwhile, I've got a whole new, basically, I'm sitting on top of a whole new multi-level system, okay, which is on top of the Empower Network situation. And because I don't know the first thing about getting traffic, let alone getting traffic for free, because you pay for all of your traffic eventually, okay? You either pay for it in money or in time, okay? What is becoming unacceptable to me is that I've had this channel up for 10 months now, and people are still calling it a delusion.
Well, there is another solution, and that is to find a Section 8 apartment that is within the reasons, have housing inspected, and move out of here. That would take care of the mold situation. They would still have to clean it up because the renters and new renters that get this apartment is not going to put up with it. Plus, they got to have, we need a place that's going to accept our therapy cat Precious, because I'm not getting rid of her.
Right. We had, well, Cinnamon died a few months back.
The 4th of July.
Yeah, your cocktail had died on the 4th of July. And so Precious is the only pet that we have. And again, she was medically cleared. We had her prescribed, as part of, holding my temperament together psychologically. And so anyway, but this situation had us bring up the D word for the first time in months.
Well, that
And what,
is not even a consideration because I will not lose you.
well, I have no intention of losing you either, sweetheart. And we know there's a solution to this. Okay, we know there's a solution to this. We know that.
Well, basically, what it's going to be, Fox, if I no longer can afford the 271. We are going to have 30 days to find another place. Otherwise, you and I are going to be, and the cat are going to be out on the streets. And that means that you do not get the insulin that you need for your diabetes, nor the oral medication, nor the food that needs to keep you stabilized, nor the shelter.
Right. So basically, we're in a situation where, as far as maintaining financially. See, what I'm saying is that Blue Earth County has an interest in making sure that I understand, okay, just how thoroughly downtrodden I am in terms of do not say anything about the business, Fox. The business is what is driving you insane. We have the proof that you're bipolar, yada, yada, yada. Okay. And so basically I've got Blue Earth County saying one thing, and I've got Empower Network saying another thing, and I'm caught in the middle, not even able to generate traffic. If I were able to generate any traffic, I wouldn't be able to convert except on somebody actually buying a citizenship membership to the Veritasian Kingdom. And we don't even know what the Veritasian Kingdom is or is meant to do yet. Okay, I know what I would like to see it do, but basically we have 999 passports for sale. They need to move inside a month, maybe 2 months. 999 passports that we do have for sale need to move inside a 30 to 60 day period at the maximum for anything about Veritasia to work. So basically, I can keep working on, I can keep working on Veritasia, but I've gotten tired of trying to put in playlists for free. I've gotten tired of trying to produce material for free because it isn't getting any traffic. Okay? Nobody wants to hear about any of this because what am I describing? I'm describing an unsuccessful before picture for getting out of poverty. Okay, an insulin-dependent diabetic. I have two choices, divorce or homelessness. Which one do I pick?
Either one, you'd be dead within a short period of time.
Exactly. So.
And if you die because of them either causing this, that you lose your life because you're living alone, or you're living without shelter and you can't get the meds that you need, then I am going to end up taking the state of Minnesota for wrongful death.
Right.
It's going to cost more money. But irregardless, I'll let you finish up this video, and when you're done, I want to check my email.
All right. Basically, we have, we have one more potential citizen who's actually supposed to be in the household by now. And because he's dealing with, another personal medical challenge, there's,
His ex-girlfriend is dying of lung and kidney and bladder and cancer.
So anyway, what I know is that God has a solution to this. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know what it's going to take. I need to find a way to put out more material that will actually draw people's interest. I need to find a way to become entertaining without, without leaving people with the impression that we're in a despair situation, because we're not. Okay? We're not in a despair situation. I refuse to allow us to reach a despair situation.
I still love you, though.
Yes, I still love you. I mean, let's agree here. Let's agree publicly. Okay? This is going to be one of the strong things we can do. Let's agree publicly, since we're both on camera here. You agree with me that the idea of getting divorced just to satisfy these bastards is an abomination, right?
Yeah, of course. And who says that they aren't going to argue with you just because you got that we got the right to do what we got the right to do?
Yeah.
And so you're going to continue to live on $62 a month.
Squirm on the end of a fish hook. Yeah.
As far as the concern is the state and Bowick County and the state you're living in want you to stay poor and not be able to manage to keep anything.
Well, let me ask you this. If we actually started getting, traffic to just this video right here, okay, if we actually started getting traffic and people got interested and they want to help us out, okay, what would you tell them at that point?
I give them the biggest hug that there possibly was.
No,
if I ever did mention it, but
no,
I didn't end up seeing them that they wanted to end up as help. Every little bit helps.
Yeah. Every little bit helps. What helps is what helps is these little $15 memberships that we have for sale. Like I said, there are only going to be 1,000 of those units ever, because of it doesn't matter to me. Well, what matters as far as speed, as far as getting those original memberships sold, right? If I have a member list, if I have a 1,000 member team behind me, all right, then basically, not only do the upsell get easier, but the thing is, I did it the other way. First of all right, I filed a past plan. I was turned down for a past plan. This is basically Screwtape and his sense of humor. Well, you don't have the money to hide, Fox, or we would find a way to take it away from you before you even got to the point. You know, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if people actually want to help us out, they should. They should consider calling us, right here at Veritasium Ministries. They should consider paying $15 for a lifetime membership, because this is the Founders Club that we're building. This is the Founders Club. This is the original mastermind group for Veritasium Ministries. And there is a reason why I'm not sitting here, doing things according to the 501c3 model. There's a reason why I'm suggesting $15 a person as a donation. Well, it's not a donation. It's actually the sale of a product. All right? It is the sale of a product. It is a sale of an entry into the Veritasium Founders Club. And if you want to have an impact on where Veritasium Ministries goes from here, tell you what, okay, that's the way to do it. Is basically one of the very clear instructions that I have, and I believe this is instruction from Lord God, and I believe it with all my heart. Okay, is even when I'm making an offer by mistake, I'm not really allowed to take that off the table until I can clean up the mess. Okay? So basically what we need is we need the 1,000 members of the Founders Club to get hold of what we're trying to do here. And if I can actually get to the point where I discover what it is I'm doing wrong, so that those founding memberships actually move in a timely fashion, okay, I only need, like I said, I only need $15,000 to make this original plan work. About 10,000 of that will go directly to the Empower Network. That's how good they are. I also know that the reason they keep my name on lockdown is that as long as I'm still alive, they want to keep the hope of my meeting my part of the equation alive for me. So it's not that I was ever kicked out of the Empower Network. It's basically I need to find a way to come up with the tuition they need so that I can, become more effective about solving peace, not just for me, but for more people altogether. Okay? This is the the State of the Kingdom update for September 24th, 2014. And like I said, this is gonna stay up there, folks. There's all kinds of things that I can begin to do once the Empower Network becomes unlocked. Well, at the moment, all I'm seeing are locked doors, and if I had a choice, I wouldn't be in counseling with anybody at the county level at all. Okay, but the fact is I'm still on a 6-month
probation period.
It's a 6-month deferred civil commitment. Okay, so like I said, I've already gone insane twice to try and make this work. I have nothing to lose, literally. have nothing to lose. And as far as seeing how much you have to gain by working with me, well, that's, that's up to you, because I'm good, but I can't necessarily read minds. Okay? Like I said, there are 2 citizens in the kingdom. None of what I'm doing so far has actually come to anything yet. We've been up and running for, at least 10 months worth of pre-launch operations. I believe that we've actually made an update that means something today.
Yeah.
And I would certainly like to invite you to keep on doing these with me, if you don't mind.
I'm at your side all the way. I told you that before.
All right. So we are agreed. Divorce is an abomination. We're not going to let it into this household. Okay. It doesn't matter. We could end up on the street next week, and it still lead to a divorce. That's how badly I want to fight for the marriage. Okay. And so, anyway, Caspian the Single-Minded is signing out. Good day to you, Internet serfs, and good night, and God bless you.